your personal life.
Don't be doing all that. And I don't know if it's because he's a man, but he don't be doing all extra falling out stuff with him.
I seen him on something. He look like a bum.
Floyd?
He was looking like a bum, like he ain't shaved in months.
Oh yeah, I seen that too.
There's no way this man is broke. There's no way.
Yeah.
If he is,
I don't know
where the money went to.
Exactly.
You know what? Yeah, what y'all say earlier?
He ran up a bill.
Floyd Mayweather's daughter has now joined Shannon Sharpe in raising questions about Floyd's latest financial troubles. Sharpe recently sparked major discussion on Undisputed, where the Hall of Fame tight end and outspoken analyst criticized Mayweather's complicated relationship with money and debt. His comments brought fresh attention to concerns surrounding Floyd's finances and whether the image he presents truly matches reality.
We saw other greats. Joe Louis had this problem.
He did.
Sugar Ray Robinson had to come out of retirement in 55 to settle.
Sharpe pointed out that this is not the first time Mayweather has faced financial issues, referring to the boxer's previous $6 million IRS debt. He questioned how someone who constantly displays wealth online could still find himself dealing with these problems. Sharpe argued that Floyd regularly shows off huge amounts of cash and a luxurious lifestyle, yet continues facing financial disputes. His comments directly challenged the image of unlimited wealth that Mayweather has carefully built over the years. The latest attention comes from Floyd's reported attempts to seek relief over a tax obligation connected to 2015, along with reports involving unpaid staff and growing debts.
We saw other greats. Joe Louis had this problem.
He did.
Sugar Ray Robinson had to come out of retirement in 55 to settle a debt with the IRS. And even Mike Tyson. But what's so disappointing with me, Skip? Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your opulence.
Court documents reportedly show that Mayweather claims to possess substantial assets, but says many of them are restricted and not easily converted into cash. His legal team stated that a major liquidity event is expected soon, which could help settle outstanding obligations. Then attention shifted to Yaya Mayweather, who recently posted comments on Instagram that added a new layer to the discussion. While her post may have appeared to celebrate her father's bold business choices, it also reinforced questions that critics have been asking. Yaya referenced Floyd buying his way out of his top-ranked contract for $750,000 before later earning hundreds of millions from major fights against stars like Canelo, Alvarez, Manny Pacquiao, and Conor McGregor.
You gotta understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion. Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao, $300 million for McGregor. That might be true, but that money does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
The way Yaya presented the story caught people's attention. Rather than sounding like a celebration of financial security, it seemed to highlight how much of Floyd's success came from taking huge risks. According to that perspective, Mayweather did not build wealth through traditional methods. Instead, he repeatedly bet on himself and continued winning. However, some observers believe that now the victories have slowed and the spotlight is not as bright, the foundation beneath that success is being tested. Many feel Floyd himself was always the engine driving the empire, and that the machine only worked while he continued generating attention, money, and momentum.
That he's not sure he wants to fight anymore. And I think he's saying what he really believes. That doesn't mean that he won't fight. See, so I had lunch with some guy who knows Floyd. He's not that he's in the inner circle, but he knows it. And he said Floyd only likes to fight and wants to fight when he's broke. If he has money, he don't want to fight.
His investments in real estate, strip clubs, and luxury cars have often been viewed as pieces of a much larger image. Critics argue that much of Mayweather's empire was built around constant movement and visibility, rather than long-term stability. Yaya's reminder of the gamble that helped define his career led some people to see it as an acknowledgement that everything started with a major risk. In their eyes, it was not a carefully designed legacy, but a wager that happened to pay off in spectacular fashion.
Gambling debts.
Floyd, okay? And he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at the, what do you call it?
Leonard Ellerby, who spent years as Mayweather's close business partner and the former head of Mayweather Promotions, was recently linked to reports claiming financial records may have surfaced showing Floyd facing increasing debt obligations.
Money Mayweather.
It's who he is. I've always thought that he's a horrible person, and this is every bit of
people don't.
Although those reported documents have not been independently verified or publicly confirmed, they have added more attention to the ongoing discussion. Rumors involving debt-limited liquidity and heavily committed assets continue to circulate and have pushed even more people to question the true state of Mayweather's finances.
Stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard, I know life is expensive, but come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing...
There are also reports suggesting that Floyd's spending habits have not changed. He continues displaying large amounts of cash traveling in luxury and speaking publicly about earning substantial monthly income from investments. However, critics continue asking where those investments are and whether they are producing stable returns. Questions remain about whether the assets are practical long-term holdings or expensive ventures that become difficult to manage when financial pressure increases.
Did Logan ever get paid with the situation with Floyd Mayweather?
Nah, not yet. Floyd Mayweather's broke. You know, that's what a lot of people don't realize.
Sharpe remains unconvinced by Floyd's public image. He suggested that money may have been a major reason behind the 2017 fight with Conor McGregor. According to Sharpe, many people assumed McGregor was the one pushing for the matchup, but he believes Floyd wanted the enormous payday as well. In his view, the fight was about more than boxing superiority. It was also about maintaining a lifestyle and keeping financial momentum alive. He argued that someone like Mayweather never settles for ordinary circumstances and constantly seeks bigger opportunities regardless of the risks involved.
Steer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just want my money.
The legal filings, public requests, social media activity, and even Yaya's comments all contribute to a larger story. For many observers, this is not simply about financial challenges. It is about a man whose entire career was built around taking enormous risks and making bold moves. At the same time, another familiar figure has returned to the conversation. Floyd's long-running feud with 50 Cent continues to attract attention. Their conflict dates back to 2012 after disagreements involving Mayweather Promotions and money invested during Floyd's time in prison. While both sides tell the story differently, the rivalry remains active and has now resurfaced because of recent financial discussions.
Money's really gone.
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money.
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like within lifestyle, that money's gone. Trust me. Now it's like you call him, he'll be at your local hosting in a nightclub because you need that action right now.
You think he should step back in the ring?
A series of reports recently suggested that Mayweather had gone on a major real estate buying spree in New York involving apartments, commercial properties, and millions of dollars. The claims sounded believable given Floyd's reputation as one of the wealthiest athletes in boxing history. He reportedly even relocated to New York to oversee the projects. Later, during an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Mayweather claimed that he owned more than 100 buildings, with almost all of them located in New York City. Those comments immediately caught the attention of 50 Cent.
The investments that I did was New York real estate. So it started off with 7 figures, and I was getting a certain amount of money every month. When I first gave them $5 million, I was getting $50,000 a month. So I said, yo, the money kept coming on the 18th every month. 50,000 would come in. I still was competing, I still was fighting, I still was active, and I still was making.
Responding on Instagram, the rapper mocked Floyd's claims and openly questioned whether the properties actually belonged to him. The criticism went beyond simple jokes. In earlier comments, 50 Cent had already suggested that Floyd may have been misled in some of these business dealings. He implied that Mayweather was presenting an image that did not match reality and challenged the credibility of the real estate claims. For many people, the exchange became another chapter in their long-standing feud.
Schwarzenegger, limited edition AP, all factory, 1.8 million right here. The $20 bills section. We like to call this the Andrew Jackson section, but I like to call it wallpaper. 200,000 in 20s. I heard in the song you can get the biggest Chanel bag in the...
Support for 50 Cent skepticism grew when boxing insider Rick Glazer shared comments suggesting that rumors about Floyd facing financial problems had been circulating for some time. Because of Glazer's connections within the boxing industry, his remarks carried additional weight. What had once sounded like playful criticism suddenly appeared more serious. Further investigations reportedly found no public records supporting the enormous property empire Mayweather claimed to own in New York. Housing organizations also stated they had no knowledge of such large acquisitions. As a result, many people began questioning whether the empire was real or simply an exaggerated image. Mayweather continued promoting his image of success through social media, and recently became involved in promoting a lesser-known Thai cryptocurrency called Asset. The campaign included incentives such as online classes, cash giveaways, and even the chance to win one of Floyd's championship belts, along with a private training session. The promotion immediately attracted attention, because many people found it unusual for someone who claims to possess immense wealth to be marketing projects like this. The campaign raised further questions about his business priorities and financial situation.
Into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on the regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
Many fans were not convinced by the cryptocurrency promotion. Rather than seeing it as a normal endorsement, some viewed it as a sign that Floyd may be searching for additional revenue streams. The word that increasingly appears in conversations about Mayweather is desperation. Critics argue that the same fighter who once represented unlimited wealth and confidence is now facing growing questions about the true condition of his finances. As more people speak out, the public perception of Floyd Mayweather continues to evolve.
I mean, it's the new wave. It's what everybody's doing. And I started, of course I started with boxing, but then of course now it's real estate. My real estate portfolio is crazy, but I'm truly blessed. I'm truly blessed. And if cryptocurrency is the new wave, you know what? Be the best.
One of the loudest critics has been Amir Khan, who once appeared to be a possible opponent for Mayweather. Khan expressed little sympathy for Floyd's situation and suggested that years of arrogance may have contributed to the current criticism. He argued that constantly showing off wealth while so many people struggle financially creates resentment and sends the wrong message. Khan's comments sounded less like concern and more like a judgment on Floyd's public behavior over the years.
It messes with your mental health. We had to rely on a member that worked at Chick-fil-A that granted us some free Chick-fil-A cards, so we're all eating unhealthy meals to the point where we can't even go home and get some fresh fruit. We're not able to literally pay for our bills. The debt, it accumulated to the point where it messed with the mental health. My wife had to go to the hospital for stress and anxiety from this job. We accumulated hospital bills. It's just a lot of different things that just kind of hurts your heart.
According to Khan, the current scrutiny surrounding Mayweather is not unfortunate but deserved. He believes Floyd spent years surrounded by luxury while losing touch with reality. What began as admiration for Mayweather's achievements has now shifted into criticism from some former supporters and rivals alike. The conversation has also expanded beyond boxing personalities and reached individuals who have worked directly within the Mayweather business network.
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
Several employees connected to Mayweather's fitness gyms have begun sharing personal experiences. One coach described the situation as emotionally exhausting and claimed that pay issues had created serious stress at home. He explained that financial uncertainty affected both his mental health and family life. The coach said it was disappointing to experience such problems while working for a company associated with one of the richest athletes in modern sports. His comments suggested that the issues were deeper than isolated complaints.
No pay!
Where's Money Mayweather? Hard work?
Dedication!
No pay!
Money Mayweather where?
I don't see you.
I don't see you.
Samaria Baldwin, who managed one of Mayweather's gym locations, also spoke about her experiences. She described joining the company with hope, but quickly becoming concerned about ongoing problems. According to her, there were repeated issues involving delayed payments and broken promises. She said the situation had a major impact on her personal life and left her feeling misled from the beginning. Stories like these coming from multiple individuals have led some observers to question whether the problems reflect something much larger than simple management mistakes.
2018, always loved the gym, always loved the studio, big fan of Floyd. They offered me an opportunity to coach because I had boxing experience, and I was like, man, this is going to be amazing. And since I've been here, it's just been a lot of false promises, a lot of stuff going on. I got promised a head position. I used to work a corporate job, quit my job to come here for a better opportunity for myself. And then I have to deal with unpaid wages on a consistent basis. There's been times where I've gone over a month without getting paid.
All of these reports stand in sharp contrast to the image Mayweather has promoted for years. Luxury homes, expensive cars, helicopters, and stacks of cash became key parts of the Mayweather brand. He built a reputation as a boxer who mastered both the sport and business world. However, recent allegations and employee complaints have caused many people to reconsider that perception. For someone who claims to have earned over $1 billion, the reports of wage disputes and business-related struggles have created a striking contradiction.
I started working here in September of 2023, and on my first day of employment, the team was not employed. And from that day, I've always been worried, but I just thought that I could help turn this around, and I was fed with lies from the beginning. Unfortunately, this has led me here a year and a half later doing this, and it was out of fear that I didn't ever speak.
From longtime rivals like 50 Cent to critics within boxing and even former employees, the conversation surrounding Floyd Mayweather has become impossible to ignore. What was once quiet speculation has grown into a much louder public debate. The pay-per-view king who built a career around success and wealth is now facing intense scrutiny from every direction. What do you think about the situation, and where do you think it leads next? Share your thoughts below, and stay tuned for more updates.